We're a little early. Hey, y'all.
Hey, y'all. Hey.
All right.
I got to play some lo-fi in the background or something. It's too quiet.
It's too quiet.
It's too quiet. I'll play my lo-fi in the background.
All right.
Spanish in the beginning.
Oh.
Don't mind the intro. We gonna
Is that what that is?
we gonna get us an intro together.
I guess so.
It's coming.
You might want to program that playlist.
It's not a playlist. It's a lo-fi relax radio. And
Yeah, radio got too many ads.
I just wanted some vibe music.
Hey, Natasha.
Hey, Tosh. Hey. We got 3 folks is watching.
What's up, y'all? So do us a favor. Go ahead and click the like button.
Mm-hmm.
And then share it.
Yes.
Yep. Click share. If you're really hype about this, you can tag somebody. Tell them to come on in, join the stream.
Even if you're not really hyped, just still tag somebody.
That too. That too.
Hey,
we are excited and hype about being back. So we hope you are too. Oh, we got a new subscriber.
That helps.
Oh. Good job, boo.
Yeah. You know,
I got a lot going on.
Mama had to wear her glasses. Listen, my eyeballs ain't as youthful as they used to be. Anywho.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Tea and Tunes with Boog.
And I'm Vine.
Hey, guys.
I know we've been away for a long time. Y'all done probably forgot about us, which is totally understandable.
Hi, Rita.
Hey, Rita. Mama Rita. Totally understandable.
Let there be light.
Right. Because lives.
Yeah. She said good luck with our venture.
Thank you.
Thank you. Yeah, if y'all kind of seen, I put some stuff in our stories and stuff on our pages the last couple of days. We're going to be doing a masquerade event. Dressed up in costumes.
Yes.
Coming out in our best. Have our masquerade mask on. We'll have a good time. So more details going to be coming soon, but we want people to save the date. So, so that's why I started putting it out there. So we appreciate that, Mama Rita. Thank you so much.
So yeah, life lives. And we had to be very mindful of where we were expending time. And yay, put on the calendar.
Good job, Tasha.
So yes, we have been away for quite a while. When was our last one? In March? February. So we've both had projects, ventures that have taken time away from us doing Tea and Tunes, connecting with you guys, kids, family, the whole shebang. So we wanted to come back and definitely make it a priority, because this is also a time for us to sit and express and talk and talk with other people, get opinions, get ideas. So we have made space in our calendar for us to return to this space to do the thing. So if you are not following us on YouTube, by all means do. Who are we on YouTube? Beauty and the Beast? Phillips on Love?
I think our channel was under Beauty and the Beast, but soon I'm gonna try to make sure that I change that, because if you search Beauty and the Beast, it's gonna be like millions of things that come up in the search.
We weren't original.
And so, um, but how one way you could help us is by making you make sure you subscribe to the channel, because as soon as we have 100 subscribers,
Mm-hmm.
then we can personalize that URL, which means then you would be able to go straight to youtube.com/Phillips on Love.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Boom. You know what I'm saying? And then, it's easy to find the channel that way. Because, you know. So we're gonna work on that next. We need y'all a little help from you guys on that end. So subscribe to the YouTube, send somebody else to our YouTube as well. And so we can do that and personalize our channel. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, yes, yes. So, in our time away, Mr. Filler Ups, what have you been up to?
What I've been up to?
Yes.
So much has transpired since we were last active.
Hey, Mimi.
Man, it seems so long ago that we was doing Tea and Tunes regularly. You know what I'm saying? Like we was on here Mondays,
Faithfully.
wasn't too much going on,
Mm-hmm.
but we also was stuck in the house. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? So once that kind of ended and things was getting back to what probably would have been had you removed the whole COVID situation,
Post normal.
you know, just reacclimating things with kids, work schedules, and you know, just kind of navigating around that. At different points in times, us really doing a lot, and we expended a lot of energy, so we didn't have any more energy
Yeah, I know
left
how I feel about energy. Yeah.
to do anything else, and trying to commit, to doing this. So, but it's important um, to me. It's important to her that we, reconnect and share with you guys and hear from you guys, because what made T and Tune so awesome was just being able to have the conversations and feeding off of each other and hearing your stories along with us, sharing ours and finding common ground and learning from each other. Like that's like super dope. You know what I'm saying? And so of course we want to be able to share our experiences and um, what we're dealing with, what we're doing. I would say that this relationship has been amazing so far for me. Um, and so um, we're still learning each other, still adjusting, you know what I'm saying, growing. So that's what we've been doing, growing, resetting.
Mm-hmm. Yes.
Yeah. What about you, Mrs. Phillips?
I have been in school. Hey, Bree.
Bree.
And of course, not typical school, because y'all know I'm not a typical person, typical girl. I have been in a certification course for the last October would be a year. So learning more about becoming a certified transformational life and success coach. Even through my readings, I do coaching, but now I have learned some new techniques, some new things to help my BFFs as we navigate life. So I have been in school for the better part of a year now. I graduated at the end of October, so I'm super excited about that. So I've been doing some things with my business, transitioning and changing and up leveling and using all the things that I've been learning for my own life, my own relationship with myself, with my husband, with my kids, family, friends, the whole nine. So I've been in hermit nerd mode for the most part. But I'm really on the space of learning more of myself my purpose, what I'm here to do, how I'm here to help the collective. Yes, add into the resume.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and I've really been seeing some things change and shift and move, and so I'm excited about that. Um, Outside of that, like being a mom, got a 15-year-old, got a 6-year-old, also 10th grade and first grade. Um, Two completely different personalities, but not really. Um, so y'all like pray for us over here. Um, yeah, being a wife, you know, and a best friend. Um, because this guy's my best friend.
Hey, T Cry.
Hey T Cry.
Thanks for joining.
So that's what I've been up to um, since our last talk and um, all that kind of good jazz. So, um, but what we wanted to get into, we ready to get into?
Already?
Why not?
I thought you had some tea first and then I got some tunes.
Oh,
Yeah, no, maybe.
hold up. Let me navigate into the tea.
Kid life. Love when you post
The
Cancer
Cancer Chronicles.
Chronicles. Yeah.
Listen,
Little Nova, something else.
baby
Yo.
girl B, she reminds me to play. She reminds me to shut the computer down.
She reminds us both to shut stuff down.
It's not even a reminder. It's really a mandatory situation when she's here. Let's just be honest, okay? It's a mandatory situation because she ain't gonna let you just hermit.
Daddy, I'm ready to play.
Yeah.
Miss Vine, play with me. Let's play. I want to read a book. I want to do this. I want to do that.
I want to play dollies. I want to cook. Hold my baby. Baby, what? No, I don't want to hold your baby. Y'all be feeling my woes on the Cancer Chronicles about domestic play. Listen, sis did not grow up having fun with domestic play. Mama tried, but you can find me in a bookstore laying on the floor with books all around me. I didn't want a baby doll. I didn't want to cook nothing for nobody. And it's kind of like how life is for me now. But we get it together. But
all the nurturing. You are right, T Cry. They want to love you and hug you.
Mm-hmm.
My
Yes.
baby is definitely a hugger.
Mm-hmm.
She want to hug. She want to lay on you.
Especially her daddy. Especially her daddy.
All the time.
Yep.
So.
What tea
so
do I have?
It's always an adventure when Nova is here. But we love it though. Nova is um really smart. She absorbs everything. Um, she regurgitates things like really, really quickly. You could tell her something, she'd be like, "Oh, okay,"
Mm-hmm.
and then she'll ask if she don't understand the next part. She'll ask, and she'll ask again.
Mm-hmm.
And then she'll be like, "Oh," and then she'll correlate it to whatever comes to her mind. Sometimes she'd be like, "Spot on." Sometimes it'd be back on little kid stuff. You know what I'm saying? She'll just randomly be like, "Yeah, so that's like da 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 da," and you'd be like, yeah. That's how you see it. Because I don't know what else. How else I'm gonna
just be like, yep,
explain
sis,
this for you to get it.
That's
you
it.
know what I'm saying?
That's it.
The Ferdinand is a cancer kid.
Aww. Yes.
Yeah, so the cancer babies, they love, they need that attention, they emotional, you be up and down in a matter of seconds. You hear me? No, it can be like super, and the next second he'd be like, oh my god.
Yes, absolutely.
But that's our baby, you know. We have fun though. She's doing great with school so far. She's actually at a new school, so that's super dope. The cool thing is that she's about to be learning a new language. So it's gonna be, interested to see how she adjusts to that. Um, so yeah, this is going to be an interesting school year. Also means that I got to get back on my stuff because I haven't taken Spanish in a very long time. Like I remember some stuff, but I might have to get in the books too, so I can make sure my baby on point. You know what I'm saying? So, but it's cool. I'm excited about it. I'm excited.
And mine has his first part of his permit, and I has absolutely no interest in driving.
Ain't
So
that
there's
crazy?
that. There's that. He has absolutely no interest.
He's like, nah, y'all drive me around. I ain't trying to drive.
We are in the world of the Uber kids. They just want to sit in the back on their phone and put headphones on. And when we get to where we're going, they hop out the car,
You're
and
like,
it's just
oh, we
it.
here? Okay.
Like, so if you see us on the road, just honk and wave, but not too much because he's still a little skittish. All right, I gotta go get my dad coat up.
But these are dead.
I am.
Okay. That's cool. As she's doing that, we'll talk about some tunes. So if you're unaware, I dropped an album this summer.
Woohoo!
So that's the first thing I'm gonna put out there. The album is entitled Love Story. Um, and my moniker that I use on social media at Boog's World. Boog's World is the moniker that I'm using for the album. So if you search for it, Boog's World album titled Love Story, you'll find it. It's on everything. Oh, you was hot?
I'm always hot.
Hot box.
Why do you say that out loud?
Hot box.
Okay.
So yeah, so that's something that's been recent. I dropped the album in June. Some other cool things music wise. Um, Moonchild has a new album out that I really, really like. I think that you should go and check out. If you're not hip to Moonchild, they're a R&B and soul group and band. Um, really, really dope. The lead singer, I mean, I remember when I first heard her voice, I was like, "Yo, who is this? Like, she's dope." And then I found out that she was this little skinny white girl from the West Coast, and she sounded so damn soulful. And I was like, "Man, I need to follow follow them." So I've been following them ever since. I think that was about I came across them maybe what's this 2022, maybe like 8 years ago. But they recently dropped a project. They on tour right now. They're really, really dope. Also, one of my other favorite projects that's out right now is by Alex Isley with Jack Dine. It's called Marigold. She's actually on tour right now too. So you should check that out. PJ Morton dropped some new music this year. Um, One of my other favorites that I'm still bumping is Nas King's Disease 2. So that's dope. Shout out to my best friend and my homeboy Keem the franchise. He dropped his second EP, Dope 2, earlier this year. So that's still in rotation for me. You should go check that out. Keem, the franchise is KeemTheFranchize. Dope, numeral 2. That's on all platforms too. What else? What else? I've been listening to the new Beyonce and the new Drake. That's cool. I still have to check out DJ Khaled's new album, God Did. Heard snippets. But I just haven't really sat down to listen through. But that's the tunes that I got for y'all right now. So if you're interested in any of those artists, go check them out. What else? 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 Music wise. Oh, most recent thing is for the first time I got to see Wu Tang and Nas live in concert. I went to Pine Knob with my homie Melvin. We went to high school together. We've known each other for like almost 30 years now. And it was one of my homies. He hit me up. Was like, "Yo, I got this extra ticket. Can you roll with me?" And I almost didn't because we were supposed to have some family over, and I was like, "Well, I was just with the family. We can reschedule that." And this is one of those things. Like, I don't know when the next time I'm gonna have an opportunity to you know see them in concert. So I'm
And I
glad
was
I
in the
went.
background, like, you going. So you don't act like you had a
I,
say.
I mean,
I was
you're
like,
right.
I
You're
was like,
right.
you don't hang
She
out with
was
your friends as much
like,
as you
she was
need.
like,
I told you
go.
to go. Have fun.
So I did, and the concert was amazing. Nas really like stole the show, and I'm really glad I got to see him. Like, I mean, he's really like probably my favorite MC. So it was really dope to see him. Like, he smashed the show. Um, so yeah, so that was like really 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 dope. Yeah, thanks T Cry, thank you Tasha. Yeah, the album is. I think the album is pretty good. I think I surprised some people with the album. Shoot, even talking to my best friend the other day, he was just like, "Yo, like I just had to listen back to the album again." Like he was just like, "The album is dope." And then he went and posted it, and then I had somebody that was in my DMs. She even tagged me in a post of hers, shouting out all these indie artists. And so, some more indie artists that I'm connecting with now, which is really dope. And they checking out my music too. So that's like, crazy. And not to my these cats like all over Texas and Cali, down south in like, Atlanta, Florida, whatever. These indie artists that's all around. They all got, really, really dope music. And I'm gonna start playing their music on my station. So it's cool. I've been making some good connects so far. So the experience has been it has already exceeded what I thought might happen with this project. So that's cool. Yes, go wifey. She is the boss. She is the boss.
I'm gonna use it as a sound clip that I can play
What's the
when you be trying to boss me around.
what?
You saying she is the boss.
Whatever.
With your arm. Anyway, so hey Jamie.
Hey Jamie, what's up? Thanks for checking in.
All right, so we had the Tunes report.
Tunes report.
The Tunes report.
That was officially the Tunes report.
So let's get in a little bit of tea, shall we? Tea. Speaking of tea, just a disclaimer: we are not drinking tea.
This is a spiked beverage.
This is some blue juice that sis named me whipped up.
That's what we call it, the blue juice.
Mm-hmm.
Record and replay. She is the boss.
Thank you, T. I appreciate that. So today's tea, I'm shuffling. I don't know what it is. Oh, interesting as it goes with what we talk about today. All right, so this is Ace of Cups. Y'all get a good look at this card. Good look at this card. So Ace of Cups here is talking about beginnings. When we talk about the cups, we're talking about relationships. We're talking about friendships. We're talking about your emotions. We're talking about your intuition. All of that good kind of stuff. And so when we have this Ace of Cups, and the message for the tea for today is, I'm going to actually have this conversation with a friend of mine today, is the relationship that you have with yourself, it dictates every relationship that you have outside of yourself. So relationship, what does that mean? It's a relating to, can be talking about your partner, your friends, your family, your money, your relationship, um, your job, career, your pets, anything that you can relate to is a relationship. Even situationships, because I know we all have had them and may have them and whatnot, it's still a relationship because you are relating to someone else. But all of that to say, the first and most important relationship that needs to be fostered, needs to be worked on, needs to be improved and monitored and audited is the relationship that you have with yourself. Okay.
Most important.
Because how you treat yourself is it's going to show up in how people treat you or how you treat other people. Okay. So if you're looking at your relationships outside of yourself and you're just like, oh my God, this sucks. Like, why is this person treating me this way? Or why is this happening here? Or where is my money going? Where are the leaks? And it all comes back to, well, what is you doing for you? You know, we can get so wrapped up in how we are a part of something else that we don't take the time to actually do the work that we need to do for us to make sure that we are working, that, you know, all of the gauges are moving and everything is lubricated and moving with a flow. Once again, emotions, there's a flow. You know, so if there's a block or a backup or something happening within us, it's going to be a stop, pause, and a halt on everything outside of you and what you relate to. Okay, so even if you are single, let me say this again, even if you are single, you are still in a relationship. There's so many people that are just like, oh, I'm single, I hate being single, there's nothing out here. Okay, that's cool, but what are you doing for you? Because here's my thing, there's someone for everyone. You know, but it's only when we get stuck in our own stuff and we don't evolve or we don't grow or we don't expand that we're going to continue to attract the same trash, so to speak. And then we want to say that there's nothing out here. Not true. Going in and cultivating the relationship that you have with yourself, taking yourself out because you want to, not because in spite of. I don't have nobody to go, so I guess I'll go by myself. How do you think yourself feel about that? Like, well, okay, well, let's go then. Like, nobody wants to feel like that, right? So treat yourself well, you know, that way you know what it feels like to have the best of. If you can't give yourself the best of, why should anybody else give you the best? Why? For what purpose? For what reason? So starting with you and seeing things change, your vibration, your energy, how you respond to things will allow the relationships outside of you to either calm down if they're tumultuous or liven up if they're dead. But it all comes back to you. You know, we can self-sacrifice and like, okay, everybody's got to be ahead of us and in front of us. And then we wonder why we drained, while we get home from work and we pass out on the couch. You know, when we don't have time to indulge in the things that bring us pleasure or passion or, you know, that's fun, that fills our cup. Is because we've done nothing but pour out all day from a place and from something we don't have. So with this Ace of Cups and talking about relationships, take care of you. Because I guarantee taking care of you will improve everything else around you.
Absolutely.
So
I agree.
That is y'all's tea.
That's the tea.
What y'all think about that tea? How y'all treating yourselves these days? And if you're watching the replay, please answer in the comments. You know, please throw up some information in the comments. We do read the comments and respond to them.
We sure do. We sure do.
So how y'all treating yourselves? And for the ones that are here, I see 4, but for you guys that are here, how are you guys treating yourselves as of late? We just got, I can't even say we got out of a panty, but we've been through a panty, you know? So, you know, we have done some, we have been in a space. So now on the other side, so to speak, just about how are you guys doing differently or taking care of yourselves in a different way?
Bree said better than I have in the past.
Yes, Bree. Yes, yes.
Good.
Absolutely.
You should definitely be able to see improvement. I am doing a better job of relating to me, taking care of me, and doing what I want.
Absolutely.
Yeah, T Cry
Absolutely.
out here stunting, doing your
Big
thing.
things.
We peeping you out. You is moving in your lane, girl.
I always liken the relationship to yourself or treating yourself is like a good dinner. I'm a Taurus. I like food. Sue me. But a good dinner. So if you're consistently taking yourself out, number one, you're not starved.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Number two, if you're consistently taking yourself out and you're upping your level, upping your palate each time you go out, you are not starved and you are satiated, right? So that when it comes to relating to other people, you can see when they're trying to give you ground chuck when you like, no, baby, it's only filet mignon over here. And you can make distinctions and discernments of do I want to keep you in my life? For those that are quote unquote single, you know, if you're not starved, then you can be very discerning on who you allow to be in your circle or to take you out, you know? So spending that time on self is not just, well, let me just do this. No, it's upgrading yourself. Who you attract outside of you changes. Then,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it won't feel like you're just like, well, this is all I got. So let me just pick one of these and settle. It don't have to be that way.
Nope.
You know? So I just want to add that in there.
Doing better than I did before. All right, Tasha.
All right, Tosh.
Let's go.
Yes.
Let's get it.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That's good. T Cry said we ain't seen nothing yet.
That's the way to move. That's it right there. Stay tuned. The continuation.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Stay tuned. That's what's up. I'm looking forward to seeing what's next. Cause you out here shining.
Mhm.
And I love to see it too. I love to see people shining. Especially when they in their lane. When you're doing what you're supposed to be doing.
Yep. And that's exactly it, T Cry. Exactly it. The more I love me, the better everything gets. Because you reserve your energy for anything that is not to your caliber. Something come across your desk that's not worth your energy and your time, you say no, thank you. And don't feel bad about turning down an opportunity because you know that something bigger and better is coming.
Right.
So that part, that part.
That part. That part. That part. That part.
So kind of rolling that into what we had on tap to talk about. And we want to hear from you guys. First off, what is the honeymoon stage of a relationship?
Yeah. What's the honeymoon phase?
The honeymoon phase, yes, excuse me.
Stage phase. Same thing.
What is that? In you guys' words.
And why do we use that? You know what I'm saying? No is my favorite word. I don't have capacity or energy for anything that doesn't serve my purpose. Yep.
That is called staying in alignment. Mm-hmm.
Yep. You in your lane. You in the space you're supposed to be in.
As Crystal Marie would say, you in your bag. Stay in your bag. So,
But yeah, so the honeymoon phase.
and even if you're not married, if you're not in a relationship, if you are in a relationship, just what is the honeymoon phase, the honeymoon stage? What does that mean to you guys?
Yeah. Like, what does that say to you? Because I've always heard it in relation to, um, you know, relationships, marriages mainly, but I've heard it, people use it to describe someone's relationship. And so, what is that about?
And yes, Tosh, no is a complete sentence. I
Oh,
forget on Facebook we have a little bit of a delay.
yeah. Just that it's new. That's what I was thinking too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? I guess that makes sense in most cases. It's new. There's also this thing, it's like this air of like it's new, but kind of like when you on your honeymoon, y'all enjoying yourselves, but you're not really thinking about nothing else. Like
Mm-hmm.
nothing else really matters. You
Hmm.
know what I'm saying? Like I
Mm-hmm.
feel like it kind of give this stigma, and even this perception of like we're still I almost want to say like you're in that place where y'all still trying to do all that you can to keep the other person drawn in. Like you still in quote unquote putting your best foot forward because you still don't want your partner to see certain stuff or know certain stuff about you yet.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of how I feel about it. The honeymoon phase is the initial euphoria before the outside noise starts to interfere.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. The glassy eyes. Nothing bothers you. It's all roses and butterflies.
Yep. Absolutely.
I definitely say the beginning still see the newness.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Very good points. I can see that. Glassy eyes. That's funny.
Mm-hmm. The rose-colored glasses.
It's all roses and butterflies.
It's all fun and games till somebody loses an eye.
Listen. It's all fun and games until you forget to clip them thorns off that rose.
That part.
You,
That part.
you forget the thorns is there.
And so this came about because Boog came home and asked me if he thought we were still in the honeymoon phase. And so rainbows and unicorns. Unicorns. um
Exactly. Yeah.
he asked if I thought we were still in the honeymoon phase. And or what I thought the honeymoon phase was, or what people think that we were still in the honeymoon phase. And so my question was like, the honeymoon phase, is that just in relation to time? Because people think that like this is the beginning. Like we've only been married for 2 years. Feels like 32, but we've only been married for 2 years. So some people might consider this to be the honeymoon phase. The beginning, so to speak. But I told them like a couple of things. Like first, I don't think that we necessarily had a honeymoon phase, so to speak, for number one, COVID. We got married during COVID. And so like I'm not sure who said it, but talking about the outside noise. When we got married, it was a whole lot of fucking outside noise. The world, Chicken Little, the sky is falling when we got married, right? So there was already
Yeah, it was people packing
a
it up
storm.
on the relationship. They're like, what? Oh no, we ain't getting married. We gonna wait.
Hey Tracy. Right, exactly. Ooh, is it possibly in and out of the honeymoon phase?
That's a
That's a
good
good
question.
question.
I guess that's gonna depend on who that couple is or that relationship or whatever. I
Mm-hmm.
think it's possible because if you really think about it, all relationships, regardless of whether it's year 2, year 5, year 10,
Mm-hmm.
whatever, there's peaks and valleys,
Absolutely.
right? And so because of those peaks and valleys, yeah, you definitely could be going in and out of the honeymoon phase. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
For some people, when it's at its lowest and its roughest, you know what I'm saying? It's like, you know what I'm saying? And then come out of that and they overcome whatever they had to fight through. Then they're back in this honeymoon phase.
Mm-hmm.
Everything is all good again. No worries. We
Mm-hmm.
fun. We turning up.
Yep.
We lit. You know what I'm saying? So, but I think it just depends. I also think it's a perspective too.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Like she was saying, like our marriage started off in COVID.
Mm-hmm.
Things shut down, not being able to work. Money is funny, up and
Quitting the
down.
job in the middle of
Sometimes it's
COVID.
here, sometimes it ain't.
Mm-hmm.
Then we had then waiting on money, and just it's crazy. You know what I'm saying? Not being able to move about. You know what I'm saying? How you normally would.
Mm-hmm.
Scaling back on things. So yeah, and at the same time, just trying to make sure you're not getting sick, the others around you not getting sick.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, like I don't know. I guess depending on who you ask, we're still in the honeymoon phase, I guess. But I think it's really in relation to how long we've been married, as opposed to us being in this um, euphoric place where everything is just peaches and cream. Because it hasn't been peaches and cream. Uh, you know what I'm saying? This whole time. But at the same time, it's been dope.
Mm-hmm.
It's been fun.
Mm-hmm.
It's been daily shenanigans, like I promised her before we got
Even when I
married.
don't want shenanigans, it's shenanigans. Even when he's on a peak, and I'm in a valley, it's daily shenanigans, and vice versa. But I also wanted to say, in terms of our relationship, getting married or dating older, we kind of came to the table like, well, here's my shit. Like, these are my flaws. This is the baggage that I come with. And we were talking just about communication, because sometimes that honeymoon phase can indicate uh, the comfortability that unfolds in a relationship. So when you're dating somebody, it's like, okay, I'm gonna be on my best behavior because I like this person. I don't want to turn them off or turn them away, and vice versa. So there's a representation that we wear or hold or show up with, because it's compatible to the other person. So sometimes that honeymoon phase can be representative and love with representative and all of this peaches and cream and candy. But after a while, holding up a representative, it's like, man, I just want to be myself. Or I'm weird and this is how I'm weird, or this is my quirk or this is my flaw that wasn't previously discussed or talked about or whatever. And it can hit your partner like a ton of bricks.
Mm-hmm.
And next thing you know, you're in a valley for a long time because you haven't seen this person in that capacity. You've only seen the highlight reel of a person. So, like I said, on our first date,
That's good. It's like that Michael Jordan, The Last Dance. All the good stuff.
all the highlights.
All the best plays you ever seen Michael Jordan ever do.
Mm-hmm.
But don't never show when he was getting his ass whooped.
Mm-mm.
It don't never show when somebody was blazing him on the court and he missed trying to go for a steal, or you know what I'm saying. He was yelling and cussing out the refs and getting sat down. And I mean, it didn't happen that often, but it happened. People act like Jordan was like this god and nothing ever was wrong. So all his highlights is always showing all the good stuff.
Mm-hmm.
That's kind of like how the honeymoon phase is. You know what I'm saying?
But
the highlight reel. That was a good one.
Hey
Tracy.
So the more comfortable you get being around someone, some of that facade or that mask you've been wearing, begins to get heavy and it starts to slip, and your partners as well. And then you can get to the space where it's just like, well, who are you? Where did you come from? Because you're not the person that I met, or, another one talking about relationships where you defer to your partner for your happiness. So now that we're together, it's your job to make me happy. And your partner thinking the same thing. So it comes back to you're not fostering the relationship with self to make sure that you're good. And so that honeymoon phase just um But yeah, so
Up
like
in flames.
our first
Just
date was just like, this is how and why I'm weird. It's just like, you with it or not? Does this work for you? Is it a no go? Let me know now. You
yeah,
know.
I literally was having this conversation earlier. It's just you know, um, just us coming to the table, um, in full transparency. Like,
Mm-hmm.
this is this. You either okay with it or you're not. And if you're not, I'm gonna be okay.
Perfectly fine.
You
But
know
let's
what I'm
just get
saying?
all this out the way first.
All the important stuff, all the tough conversations that we really should have in the beginning. You know what I'm saying? We had them instead of waiting. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? People tell us and always put time constraints and time limits and um, time requirements on everything about how we should do things, when we should do it, or whatever. But a lot of times you can really save yourself a headache along with the other person by just putting all the stuff that need to be brought out in the beginning and give that person a chance to decide if this is something that they are willing to, go on this journey with you. You know what I'm saying? But when you don't do that, and then later you kind of like drop this bomb on them, because that's how it feels to them,
Mm-hmm.
then it's like, oh my God, like I feel betrayed, or I feel like you wasted my time.
Mm-hmm.
They feel taken advantage of, and all this other stuff that really don't have to be in play if we just keep it, all the way 100 in the beginning.
Mm-hmm.
I think that's why you two are so dope together. You were able to be your authentic selves up front. Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
we were, and we still are.
Mm-hmm. And we some
Like,
weird folk, yo.
I agree that with older couples, they skip the representative portion.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I think most people, once they get past a certain age, you just kind of know what's up. You know what I'm saying? And it's a take it or leave it
Mm-hmm.
type of thing. I mean, I just think um, it just should be that way. But the key thing is to you being in that place is that you're already comfortable with you. Like,
That
you
part
already
right
love
there.
you. Like that can't come from a place of, like, some people that are older, they're at that place because they didn't got tired. You know what I'm saying? I'm tired of this nigga, this nigga, that girl, that da 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 da. Here, you know what I'm saying? It's not coming from a place of, I know me,
Mm-hmm.
I didn't fell in love with me, I didn't spend time with me, and
Mm-hmm.
I understand and know what I offer, and this is what it is. Like, boom, I love it. So this is your opportunity. Either you gonna love it or you not. And if you don't, I'm okay. Somebody else will. You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? Everybody don't come from that place. A lot of people come from that place because from a place of, I'm tired of whatever. They still really haven't healed. You know what I'm saying? Some of them don't even really like themselves that much.
That part.
You know what I'm
Or they're
saying?
scared of not finding somebody, so they settle.
Yeah. So, but
But once again, it's like when
weirdos.
you take that time to have that relationship with yourself, you begin to love all parts of yourself so that you can be authentic. Because we, like I said, we all have our things. We all have our quirks, our weird things, weird ways, whatever. But like a quote that I heard, you can't shame an unashamed person. So if there's a part of you that is just like, I embrace all of me. I embrace my weirdness. I embrace my eccentricities, my uniqueness, my whatever. You don't feel like you have to hide any part of yourself when you're in this space of relating to another person.
Mm-hmm.
And your heart is open because you have done some healing work. We're never all the way healed, but we definitely can do healing work and make a dent in opening your heart up so that you can trust, so that you can be compassionate, you can be open. um But the more that we do that work on our heart and love ourselves, um, it's like we are um, cleaning out the magnet that's going to attract a person to us and vice versa. But if you have all of these things on top of your magnet, hurt and pain and shame and all of these things, then who's really for you can't get to you because you're not your full authentic self. And people are afraid of being their authentic. Nobody's gonna want me if I'm just me. Wrong. Absolutely wrong. You'll find a person faster if you are closer to you and don't have all this plaque or tartar built up around your heart or your magnet.
I like that. Black or tartar build up.
You always pick up the
I mean, you have such a way with words. Your analogies.
Listen, I speak in analogies so much because it's like the takeout menus on your refrigerator, right? There's a magnet that's sticking all these takeout menus to your refrigerator. Depending on how many menus are between the refrigerator and the magnet determines the stick, right? So if you got 15 menus between this magnet and this refrigerator, it's going to be heavy and weighed down. It's going to fall off. You're going to come home, everything going to be on the floor. But we start removing some of those menus, that magnet gets a stronger stick.
Mm-hmm.
That's all I'm saying.
And Tasha got a good point. You should only want to be wanted by someone who accepts you as you are. But a lot of people have to get to that place. They have to accept themselves first.
Absolutely.
Accept yourself first. You have to love yourself 1st.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? So it's easier for you to be in that space of you wanting somebody else to accept you as you are because you already accept yourself.
Mm-hmm.
But if you think less of yourself, if you don't think you can have better, if you don't think you can have more, that's what you're gonna attract. You think about the people who complain about the relationships that they have. Like I seem to attract the same type of guy all the time, or the same type of chick all the time.
Mm-hmm.
Like, yeah, because your energy is the same. Like,
absolutely,
your mindset is the same. There hasn't been a shift. There hasn't been a change.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And most people don't even take the time to get to know themselves and love themselves anyway. Like, how about y'all take a break?
Because
you know what I'm saying? And I'm speaking from experience, especially all through my 20s. Like, I hop from one, like this one ain't work out. Oh, okay, let me go to the other one. This one ain't work out. I'm mad. Go to the. It ain't just Sagittarius. Don't just. This is dude stuff. And it's people who are, you know what I'm saying, hurt people do this.
Hurt people.
They go from one thing to the next thing. They kind of like lick their wounds or whatever. Mm-hmm. So you jump from the next person to the next person. You don't really take the time.
Absolutely.
Because you don't want to be by yourself. You're scared to be by yourself or whatever. So it's not just a Sagittarius thing.
I was just playing.
That part you don't shift that you expect the universe to send you something different.
Absolutely.
Yeah, like I see people, do it all the time and just be like, man, I can't catch a break with this. Da, 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 da. I'm like, because you ain't did nothing different.
They don't want to hear that part though.
So, I mean, we live in a world where we always want to point the finger. You know what I'm saying? Like we got a place to blame somewhere else as opposed to, looking at us.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Everything is energy, and we attract what we are. So the good stuff that you attract, boom, there you go. But the stuff that you don't personally care for that you attract, start looking in the mirror. It's in there. It's hiding.
Yeah.
And it's going to seek out. It's going to find you because you're vibrating to that energetic frequency.
Yep. You allowing that energy to take your space.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. And a lot of it I know has to do with like trust, trusting people. Can I trust this person? You know, um, but, and I've said it 1,000 times, if you can trust yourself, you can trust anybody. Because when you get to that place where you've done work, you, anything that makes you feel off, this ain't for me. Some people choose to override this ain't for me and keep rocking and keep getting hurt.
Mm-hmm.
But when you spend that time and really cultivate the relationship with self, and you with somebody and it throws you off, or your energy don't feel right, or something's off, you call it. You call the time of death right then at that moment. we you don't stay in the same place and try to change something that it initially told you it ain't for you. That's how you make yourself sick. It's like eating the same food. It's going to lactose intolerant people who like ice cream. Y'all already know.
Yes, Professor Vaughn has the floor. Don't she be up here teaching? That's why I love her. I told her this. Then it was this last week that I told you that, or this past week?
This past week, no. Just asking you questions.
I was like, I said one of the reasons why I love her is because she's smarter than me. I'm always learning something.
Whatever. But
I'm just saying. Whatever. Facts is facts.
But it's so good though. The ice cream. I know. And sometimes we suck it up and be like, I know I'm gonna be on the toilet for like the next 2 days. Yeah. But at some point, you'll be like, okay, you know what? I gotta go ahead and let this go, or find an alternate. Find something that is going to work for you, so that you ain't missing time in the world being in the bathroom. Oh, but so yeah, honeymoon phase. I really like what Boog said. The peaks and valleys. You can ride high and low in a relationship. We do. I mean, it's natural. Even though we are very compatible, we have our days. We have our weeks. But it's also the communication that
only eat it when you know you're gonna be at home. I mean, I hope that's really the only time you gonna be trying to eat something like that, and it's about to take you to the grave.
Hope the spray is in there. But communication and being transparent and being open can help get to a peak, because all things are temporary, right? Things we thought about 2 months ago that we were like, oh my God, this is the worst thing that ever happened. It was 2 months ago. You probably didn't thought about it. Like, it's probably not even a major thing anymore. So we also have to remember that things are temporary. And the honeymoon phase, whether that's in dating, whether that's with yourself, somebody else, is also a state of mind. It could be a storm all around you, but if you and your partner decide that you're going to be in the eye together, that's a honeymoon phase. So it's a state of mind. It's about what it is that you actually want, and not letting time dictate, or, personality dictate, or circumstances dictate when you are in a good place or a not so good place.
That's good.
So that's all I have to say about that.
So are we in the honeymoon phase or no?
Yeah, we filmed this at a good time.
Goofball.
So listen, Mr. Phillips and I, it's interesting because we're social, but we're introverted all at the same time. And sometimes we both on a social tip, sometimes we both on an introverted tip. Sometimes one is introverted and the other is social. We could be in the same room doing two different things and not say one word to one another. You know? But yeah, it's knowing who you are and what you need.
Y'all are me. Introverted extroverts. Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Oh man. This lady.
What?
That's why I love her, y'all. So I guess we are in the honeymoon phase, maybe.
We
I don't
are.
know.
Every day is every moment of our
Every day
relationship is the honeymoon phase.
Every day is a honeymoon.
You know. We'll put it this way. Our relationship is a honeymoon in Mexico. Sometimes there's a storm that blows by. Sometimes there isn't, and the weather is nice.
It's gonna be Mexico.
I just think about because I think they're having some storms down there now. It's not funny, but yeah. But we're still in a good place overall with and being in Mexico on a honeymoon.
One day we a hurricane, the next day we is a tornado, the next day
we on the beach.
We is sun shining.
But we're here together.
We could definitely be like Michigan weather. One day, 1 hour we sunny, then we raining, then it's snowing.
But it's nothing exciting about Michigan, like for real. Like Mexico is like, yeah, like we going on a trip. It's gonna be someplace nice away from home. Michigan, you just be like, ugh. So I'd rather have these the Mexico with the weather.
I guess so. I guess. See, we goofy. This side always is. So yeah, we always in the honeymoon phase, basically, every day, all the time.
It's a state of mind.
So, before we get out of here, real quick. So, if you're not hip, there's this
Bright Tosh.
Got clouds on one side, 8 miles on the other side is sunny. Yeah,
that part.
For sure. Always.
We are a grumpy sunshine trope, and either one of us can be either on any given day. We are Michigan weather. We are Michigan weather. Grumpy sunshine trope. That's what we are. Yep, absolutely.
Oh man. So tonight's conversation cards, right? So it's actually they actually have a podcast. So if you're on Instagram, I believe Ace Metaphor. So Ace Metaphor. Well, you probably can't read that. Anyway, if you go on Instagram, follow Ace Metaphor. They actually sell these decks of cards for couples. They got them for friends. They got a bunch of different ones. They got some that's for like that you can actually use for like game nights or whatever, where it's family or whatever. But the podcast, I've been kind of following them recently on Instagram or whatever. My homegirl is one of the hosts for the podcast. It's like a round table of them. It's like maybe 4 or 5 people. Her name Randy. Randy Rosario.
Oh, yeah, I know her name.
And so they always have all these different type of topics or whatever, relating, talking about relationships, friendships, how husbands should be or how wives should be, how wives should treat husbands treat wives, yada. Always some pretty good conversations, and they get perspectives from the guys and the women that's on the panel, right? Typically 5 of them, sometimes 6, but it's really dope. So I decided to pull a card from this deck. We really haven't even used this deck yet, but I think it's something that we can start doing, for us. Hey, Tiana.
Hey, Tiana, you got somebody on YouTube.
Hey. So the question is, If you could do it all over again, would you still choose me? Explain your answer.
No, I'm just playing.
That's what we're about to do.
If
you could do it all over again,
which is what I still choose you.
would you still choose me?
I would.
And explain your answer.
I would choose you if I had to do it all over again, because I have learned and I have grown so much in the span of our courtship and our relationship. I've grown as a person. I've grown as yes, you would, as a wife, as a mom. But most importantly, the thing that we were actually talking about earlier is why I would choose you is because you, the word is not allow. You, it's not inspire. Uh, what's the word I'm looking for? You, something to be me. Oh shit, to be me. See goofy shit like that. You.
I encourage you to
You
be
encourage me. That's the word. Thank you. He frees me. Absolutely. He encourages me to be myself.
I liberated her.
Which is why our engagement photos, he picked out the t-shirts. He makes room. Absolutely. Yes. And Bree, you've known me before and after. And during the whole night, But yes, you encourage me to be myself, no matter what that looks like on any given day. You make room for me to be who I am and wherever I may be that day. And to speak my mind, to show up, to, especially in the line of the work that I do, it's not always understood. People don't understand or can't wrap their minds around or choose not to or try to perceive it in a way that it isn't. But you have never once done that. Actually, you encourage me to step out of boxes, to, do things differently, to, be courageous, and you champion me in that. And I don't know, I don't know if I can say that I've ever dated or been with someone that has allowed me to just be free. And that in itself endears me to you. I'm inspired by you because you just you, and you don't care what people think about you being you. And it's just something wonderful to see in the flesh, and to know that I have someone that has my back no matter what kind of fuckery I might be on or whatever is going down. You're like, okay, you either give me space or you root me on. But either way, I don't feel like I have to hide any part of my personality. I don't have to be ashamed of any part of me. And the water for me to grow, absolutely. Absolutely. So when you picked our shirts for our engagement photos, they were perfect because that's exactly what you do. You liberate me. And in that space of liberation, I feel like I am so much more of who I am put here to be. So that's my answer.
Oh.
He gonna cry in the car, y'all.
Oh. She said we're gonna make her cry a little. Go ahead and drop that thug tear.
Yes, just that one little thug tear. Right out the corner,
drop
just
it on
one.
my behalf.
Just that one. So, yeah.
That's what's up. That's why I love you. Mm-hmm. If I could do it all over again, would I still choose you? Well, of course. Well, of course. Shoot, I wish I'd have found you in my 20s. If I could do it all the way over, all the way over. This would have happened in our 20s.
No, because you wasn't who you are now in your 20s, and I wasn't who I was now in my 20s. We had to live our lives to get to this point.
Nah, you better talk to some of the people that know me. I've pretty much been this way. It's other folks that helped create, some of the other things where I was like, ugh, but nah, I always been walking to my own drum. Damn. You know what I'm saying? I just ended up having to, get that extra layer of tough skin and putting walls up because of other people during that process. But had I not been dealing with those people and I'd have had your intuitive ass back then,
see, that's what I'm saying. I wasn't.
You would have been.
I was, but I wasn't.
You would have been, because you would have had the space to tap into what you really wanted to do.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying? It wouldn't have been birthed out of, I feel like I'm trapped and I can't, let me dive into something else to get away from this. You wouldn't have had to be that. What you was already feeling on the inside, what was already like, that ain't right. It's be like this. You've been weird your whole life. You just didn't have an outlet to just be.
Yeah.
And everybody that's connected to me, anybody that you talk to who has been a friend, they still my friend, they can all tell you the same thing. They have all had the space to just be themselves without judgment.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Without conditions.
Mm-hmm.
Just be you. It's always been that way.
Yeah. But what if I wasn't ready to be me then?
Well, I mean, we don't know, but I'm pretty sure that it would have been in my favor.
You would let me pull out the crystal ball early on.
Say you might have blew it. 40 is good. Divine timing is perfect. I mean, you're right, but I'm just saying, like, people underestimate, like, when certain things happen in your life, why it can cause the chain reaction that it causes. It can cause it for good, it can cause it for bad. You know what I'm saying? So you think about, when I look at things that happened in the past, people that I dated, when I chose them, why I chose them, and all that other stuff. Like, had I came across somebody different, my choices would have been different.
True.
I wouldn't have been trying to prove something to somebody else.
True. But see, but then you wouldn't have learned the lesson that the person brought to you.
I wouldn't have been trying to appease. You know what I'm saying? So.
Okay, let's get back to the question.
I would have rather gone through my growing pains with somebody that I rock with than trying to go through them by myself and, dealing with foolishness and foolery from other folks. So I'm just saying, if I could just go all the way back.
Rewind that beautiful being footage. Yeah, I agree with that, Boog. It's like the movie where you can pick up the ending.
Where you can pick the ending.
Yeah.
I mean, we all have the opportunity to, in a sense, pick our ending by how we live. Mm-hmm. Choices that we make. Mm-hmm. And just us being in the space that we're supposed to be in. That's what's right in our story.
And that can change at any moment.
When people leave out of their element, when they start to do stuff that they shouldn't be doing, that's when they change the course of where they could be going. You know what I'm saying? When you decide to settle and choose somebody that you shouldn't have been choosing, you just altered, the course of your life. Mm-hmm. And it don't be seeming like that when we make these decisions, because we think like, oh yeah, we gonna be good, but tearing the club up. And then all that do is it can end up putting you in a space where you start spiraling.
Recycling.
So that's why most people be like, I gotta dig out of this. I gotta climb out of this hole, because that's what it feels like. Because typically when you make that first decision, then you start making other decisions that compounds. And feel like everything is stacking. Mm-hmm. So then you gotta fight through this. It's like somebody tried to bury your ass alive, and you fighting for your life to dig out through the dirt so you can get back out. That's what it is.
Mm-hmm.
You wouldn't have Nova.
I've had this conversation with them a million times.
Yeah, it would just be Nova in another form. Yeah, I agree with that. Like, okay, decisions and choices.
Ooh. So, okay.
So yeah, but if I do it all over again, I'm still choosing you. It's like I told you on our first date. It's been we could just regurgitate that whole conversation again. It's like I could be like, yeah, I see you being my wife by the end of the year.
Crazy man.
And she was like, what?
Like, all right.
Like, okay. And I was like, you will see. The writing was on the wall.
Mm-hmm.
It was. The writing was on the wall.
So you would do it all again.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
That says a lot.
For all the reasons that I told you about earlier this week. For the things, the reasons why I love you. You being smart. I keep telling her she's smarter than me. She don't even believe in me.
She's a whippersnapper.
And she's a nurturer. She's attentive. She's supportive. She's my cheerleader. Nice and naughty way. Yeah, like she's my friend. We can talk about anything. She give me space when I'm ready to talk about something. Then she's listening.
That's a hard one. I'm learning that. I'll be honest.
Cause she be ready for me to.
Because I feel it.
Mm-mm.
Because I feel it, and I'm learning that it's okay to observe it and not have to dig into it in that moment. But trust me, when the tides turn, it's an immediate like skin prickle. Like, all right, something's up. And so I'm learning to just have that feeling, as uncomfortable as it is, but to have that feeling and to go busy myself to do something else, to take my mind off of, I want to try to help fix whatever the problem is. So I'm very, I know.
There are no dang feelings.
I'm very, I'm intuitive, yes, but I'm also very protective. So when I feel that feeling, I'm immediately like, but I also know that when he's not in the mood to talk about something, then I have to be like, and go about my business. And then when it comes out, it's just like, oh, so this is why you was pissed off last Tuesday. Okay. Like literally, but I'm learning that. I'm learning that. So, sorry to cut you off.
It don't always take a week though.
It doesn't. But the dots get connected when the conversation comes up, usually out of nowhere. And I'll be like, oh, okay, this is in reference to feeling number 322 that I had 2 days ago. So
because it'd be something else that kind of just be like, oh, just go right with this. So just
yeah.
So it don't happen that often because I really don't give a damn about a lot of shit. So if anybody that's listening, when you see this replay, if you feel like I don't be responding to you or whatever, don't take offense to it.
Tis what it is.
Everything doesn't require a response.
Very true.
A lot of people don't get that. Sometimes I sit in my thoughts and I think about it like, do I really need to be talking about this, or should I put any energy into it? Should I put any words towards this? And almost 100% of the time, it'd be like, nah.
Hey, Fancy. Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'll just be like, it's all good.
I be over
And I
here.
redirect my energy to something else that's worth it.
I be over here like a pit bull puppy. I'm very protective.
So,
Not in a controlling way, but very
yep, and
protective.
that's another reason why I'm gonna choose you again, because I know that you got my back.
Another sound bite. I really don't give a damn about a lot of shit. We put that on a t-shirt. I really don't give a damn about a lot of shit.
Yeah, that should be a shirt. I might have to make one.
My fucks are too far, few, and in between to be given out.
Like, for real, people be getting bent out of shape about stuff, and I'd be like, you know.
What you said was protective? No, yes, but not controlling.
Controlling.
I said, but not controlling.
Controlling?
Am I controlling?
Nah.
You sure? I like to have control of situations.
If you was controlling, we wouldn't be together.
True.
I mean, I came across a few people that was controlling. They ain't make it.
Yeah.
That ain't gonna last.
Yeah. I can't find liberation to try to control my liberator. That doesn't make sense. That doesn't make sense.
So yeah, but that's my answer. Of course, I absolutely would choose you every time. You know what I'm saying? Because what we got is golden.
Golden?
Yeah.
So anyway.
So that's what it is, folks. Tonight's conversation cards. Follow Ace Metaphor on Instagram. I think they got a Facebook page too, but it's Black owned. They really dope. This is the couples edition, but like I said, they got other editions of these decks or whatever that are good for date nights, outings, family gatherings and stuff like that. So go check it out. Make sure you check out their podcast. So that is 10 Tunes. We appreciate y'all, jumping on with us for our return. When we doing this again?
2 weeks.
2 weeks.
We trying to keep a 2-week schedule.
We're gonna be back in 2 weeks.
On Mondays at 8:30 every 2 weeks.
Yeah.
If there are topics that you want us to discuss or talk about or go over, drop us a note, drop us a line on this post, or send us a email, phillipsonlove@gmail.com. Yeah. So.
Yeah. Also, make sure you go and subscribe to our YouTube. I'm really considering that we should just be streaming to YouTube. There's several reasons for why that is. I'm not gonna get into all of them right now. But just that, as good as the Facebook platform has been to us in a sense, when it comes to social media, it has also been as much of a nuisance too. And so YouTube is probably where we're going to, really settle on with 10 Tunes. We can go live right from YouTube, and it's already up. Somebody miss it, it's easier for them to get to YouTube by searching our channel, or for us sharing a link with them, and they can go right to it from their phone or from laptop, computer. Stuff get lost in the sauce on Facebook now. You know what I'm saying? And um, so yeah, that's probably gonna be the move. So please make sure that y'all subscribe to our YouTube. And
Our Instagram.
if you didn't, I probably sent most of you that's been tuned in a message already. Or if you've seen it on our Instagram and our stories or whatever. We are doing a masquerade costume dinner party.
Woo!
So October 29th, save that date. We'll be having more, um, info coming soon with ticket info and all that good stuff. We want y'all to come out with us, hang out, get dressed up in the
Celebrate my
costume,
favorite holiday.
come have some fun with us. We're gonna, eat good, have some good conversation. We're gonna dance. We're gonna hit the 360 photo booth, get our swag on a little bit. You know what I'm saying?
We gotta get a smoke machine.
A smoke machine? We
Yeah.
want a smoke machine?
Yes.
I think we could probably do that. You know what I'm saying? Make it do what it do, have some nice effects and stuff, the lights and everything.
Yes.
So we're gonna have some fun though. This is our first event together. I'm like really excited about it. I don't know if she's excited as I am.
Not yet.
Because since we got married, like one of the first things that that I had in mind as far as vision wise was that we would be able to work together as a husband and wife team.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? And so this is kind of our first foray into
Joint venturisms.
this venture, this collaborative
Collaborative. There you go.
collaborative effort. Um, yeah, dressy, classy, sassy. Exactly.
But in costumes.
Yep, we're gonna be in costumes.
Masks are mandatory. These,
Yeah.
not these.
So, whether it's a masquerade mask or some other type of festive, decorative mask, we want you to, put your best foot forward.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Especially so our pictures can be live too. You feel me?
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? We can have some fun and create some really dope memories. This is our kind of like our intro for you guys to what we have coined as the Red Cup Society. Some of y'all have been, with us from the beginning when we started our streams, from doing tea and tunes and also doing Philip and Red Cups. And so we just kind of took that and created something else. The whole thing is, us, because we feel liberated in our relationship, we want to spread that energy to other folks. You know what I'm saying? Good vibes, positive vibes. It's all about being liberated, all about being authentic, all about being free. And that's in whatever area of your life that you are in, whether it's socially, you know what I'm saying, when you're dealing with family, whether you're dealing with your job and career, whether it's with love, whatever it is. Um, your sexuality, whatever. We want you to be free and authentically be who you are in those spaces. And so we kind of creating this exclusive little hub, so to speak.
It's a secret society.
Yeah. So
Red Cup Society.
So we're
Yeah,
gonna
I
be
know
doing
about
different
that.
outings and stuff. Like we really love doing brunch and stuff like that. So we want to do some stuff like that with y'all too.
Mhm.
So yeah. So be on the lookout. So keep following us on the Instagram page. We're gonna keep the Facebook page up, of course, and so we'll always put little updates up for Facebook. But definitely make sure you follow Instagram and make sure you subscribe to our YouTube channel. All right. So we love y'all.
Yes.
We will see you in 2 weeks. All right.
2 weeks.
2 weeks. 10 tunes. I'm Boog.
And I'm Vine.
And we love y'all. Peace.
Bye, guys.